the greatest of pleasure to introduce the man himself, Doctor Who, Colin Baker. Hello, Janet. How are you? You've forgotten that. You know what I'm talking about. Where is she? Hello, Janet. There she is. Knew she's out there somewhere. Have you had a good day? Yes. I don't know about you, but I like these events. There's something about this place, rather than jammed up in the crowded corridors of some hotel, queuing where it's either too hot or too cold, or they charge you 50 quid for a beer or whatever. I think it works terribly well here, because everyone gets a chance to mingle and spread, and it's fun, isn't it? So that's all down to this little group of people here, little Karen in the middle there. And all of DWAS, so thank you, DWAS. In the absence of the President, who's off in America, unlike Bruce Willis, the President of DWAS will travel! Well, here we are, at the end of another lovely day. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Have you enjoyed yourselves? Oh, yeah. What was best? Julian. Julian? Julian, right. Well, thank you for this panel. Julian's on his way up. Just remind me who said that? You said Julian? That was Janet. This audience is now called Ethel. I'm sorry you've lost precedence there. An audience called Janet is dead. So no one's going to ask me questions, so I hope at some point you, Ethel, are going to ask me questions. First of all, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Colin Baker's life at the moment. I'm about to open a pantomime in Canterbury. Now, how many of you think you might make it to Canterbury over the next 2 months to see the pantomime? Right, all the rest of you can go. Where I'm playing Ebenezer, and I finish that on the 20th of January. Anyone live near Cambridge? On the 22nd of January, I open at the Arts Theatre in Cambridge in a play called Flare Path by Terence Rattigan, which is about some young men in wartime going off to fight the Hun, and I am their commanding officer. It's a very delicate, gentle little piece, which you will all come and see, won't you? They're touring around the country, going everywhere from, I don't know, Eastbourne, Wales, where? What? Salisbury, maybe? No, Salisbury's not on the list, but I think Basingstoke is, which is as close to Salisbury. It's a bit far. No, you wouldn't travel 20 miles to see me. Mind you, if it was Mr. Glover, Janet will go to the ends of the earth, won't you? To see him, because he's so witty and amusing. What was it he did that was so good? He had to go at Michael Sheard. Well, I can resonate with that. Did he really? What did he say about Michael Sheard?
Just a friendly joke.
Oh, a friendly one. I better shut up then. Now, what I like about Michael is you could spend the whole day and not know he's there. I've done whole conventions and they say, Michael Sheard, was he? Do you know, I never noticed. He's so shy and retiring. So anyway, that is what lies ahead of, and Colin is touring until the end of June, folks. So I'm available for bar mitzvahs, parties, everything else after June. And that's kind of sums it up. Hello, my friend Malcolm. Everyone's looking now. Where is he? So he's got some interesting questions.
If you turned up at a karaoke pub, what would you sing? And what would your choice?
If I turned up at a karaoke pub, I would sing "Show Me the Way to Go Home," and I would probably turn around and depart. I'm afraid karaoke is not my idea of a good evening out. I have been lured into doing it a couple of times and always regretted it. On the very rare occasion that someone who can sing gets up and sings in karaoke, it's not unpleasant. But let's face it, most of the time, it is an activity to be engaged in by the inebriated, and the deaf. The only time I ever found a variety in that was when I was at Brighton, and the whole of the company of Aladdin, I was playing Widow Twankey, and we had a lady called Brenda Cochrane who was playing the genie, and we all decided to go to this club, which was a karaoke club, and it was full of very kind of jaded people who got up and did their Judy Garland numbers, and you know, everyone was kind of very blasé, and suddenly this woman got up in this club, which amazingly in Brighton was full of men. I don't know why. And they all looked as this kind of, you know, rather substantial lady got up, and they all go, oh, what's this woman doing in here? Now, Brenda Cochrane has the most glorious, belted out voice. I don't know if you know her. And she kind of took a song and you know, elevated it. And everyone in the place said, Jaws hit the deck. And it was a free concert, basically. She did song after song, and the place was in an uproar because she was so wonderful. Now, if karaoke was always like that, I wouldn't mind karaoke. But I'm afraid my heart sinks. My heart sinks when I go into a pub with this music anyway. Because usually I go to a pub because I want to go with my friends and talk to them. I like my friends. If you've got to shout, because some prat is doing his version of a Peter, Paul and Mary number, which should have been consigned to the dustbin 40 years ago, that is not my idea of fun. So thank you for introducing me. Are you a great fan of karaoke? You are? So tell me what your favourite number is. Sledgehammer. Peter Gabriel. Well, I knew where that was, yes. Well, there we, do you want to give us a bit of it now?
No.
Have you ever done it sober?
No.
Have you?
I regretted it.
Yes, it's one of those things that you do when all of you are in the same state of anaesthetics, really. Any other circumstance, you see, the trouble is I can't do it anonymously. I can't just go into a pub as somebody that nobody knows and have a lark about nobody. It's the moment, you know, someone suggests I do it, oh God, the video cameras come out. So I'm afraid I avoid it like the plague now. But thank you for caring enough to ask. Did you enjoy Julian Glover as well? Very good, isn't it? Very good, man.
Carrying on from that, what was it like singing Doctor in Distress?
Doctor, I thought it was Doctor in Distress. I thought I thought it was a drag thing I was going up for. And I'm rather partial to, you know, drag shows. I enjoy playing dames. So when they said, you know, you don't drag up, I said, yeah, I'll be there. And realised it was a pop song we were singing. It was entertaining to do. There were some interesting people to do it with. I was very surprised that all those, I can't remember, people like John Lodge was there, you know, who's a god, a pop god. So, I mean, that was good fun, but on looking back on it, I think it was a mistake to do, for me to do, because, you know, the programme was on hiatus. The one person who should have maintained a kind of lofty indifference is the actor playing the Doctor, because it looked like a vested interest. It was sold to me as a kind of charity thing to raise funds for charity, which is why I turned up, but in a sense, I think it wasn't a good idea. But it was quite fun, the song was quite entertaining. And it wasn't Doctor in Distress, alas.